Does anyone fasting here? Ada yang puasa? Sorry, ada yang puasa? Okay, so welcome back to our new learning sessions. Okay, delighted to meet you too, Julian. Let me share screen first. So today we are going to learn about what is this? When you see this picture, do you know what is this about?
Global warming.
Oh yeah, global warming. Yes, that's correct. Correct, Julian. Also, you are not fasting, yeah, Julian. Okay, so that's right. So what do you know about global warming? Anyone know that? Anyone want to share your opinion, your knowledge? Okay, so we continue for a bit, yeah. So first, what causes global warming? Apa penyebab global warming? Oh yeah, Jenny, the climate is so hot. Yeah, that's right. So what causes the climate change to be hotter? Anyone know? Here.
I think because
Uh-huh.
deforestation.
Deforestation, correct, exactly. Um, and also this one, the greenhouse effect. So sunlight pass through the atmosphere and warms the earth. And then infrared radiation is given off by the earth. And most escape to the outer space, allowing the earth to cool. But because of we got too much carbon dioxide, so the infrared, I mean the radiation, trapped by the CO2, keeping the earth warm. That's why more and more COC that we produce, it's block the radiations to get out from the earth. And number 5, enhance greenhouse effect, increase the level of CO2, increase the amount of heat retained, causing the atmosphere and earth surface is to heat up. Okay. And does anyone know what does greenhouse effect mean? What is greenhouse effect? Maybe you have learned, I knew greenhouse effect last time when I was in grade 12, SMA kelas 3, baru belajar ini. But I think some of you know this one much better than I do. Okay, so common talking, we can bite you. What do you mean? Okay, so here we take a look at this one, yeah. Hang on. I need to move this a bit. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, that's right. Why I cannot click this link? Control click cannot. Hang on. Maybe with the video. Okay, let's What's this one forbid?
It's taken so long.
Can
What
you
is
hear
greenhouse
the
effect?
voice, the sound?
Earth is a comfortable place for living things.
Okay, great.
It's just the right temperature for plants and animals, including humans, to thrive. Why is Earth so special? Well, one reason is the greenhouse effect. A greenhouse is a building with glass walls and a glass roof. The clear glass allows sunlight to shine into the greenhouse while also trapping the sun's heat inside. This is how a greenhouse keeps plants warm even at night and in the winter. The greenhouse effect keeps Earth warm in pretty much the same way. Earth isn't surrounded by glass, but it is surrounded by a jacket of gases called the atmosphere. In the daytime, the sun shines through the atmosphere, warming Earth's surface. After the sun goes down, Earth's surface cools. This releases heat back into the air, but some of that heat is trapped by the gases in the atmosphere. These heat-trapping gases are called greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide, water vapor, and methane are all examples of greenhouse gases. Earth needs a balance of greenhouse gases to maintain just the right temperature for living things. But some human activities are changing Earth's natural greenhouse effect. For example, burning fossil fuels like coal and oil releases more carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. These extra greenhouse gases can cause the atmosphere to trap more and more heat, leading to a warmer Earth. NASA satellites are constantly measuring the gases in our atmosphere from space. They've observed increases in the amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. The information from NASA satellites can help scientists figure out where greenhouse gases are coming from and how they are ending up in our atmosphere. This information will help us better understand the impact that greenhouse gases have on our climate and help us better understand this very special greenhouse that we call home. Find out more about our Earth at NASA Climate Kit.
Okay, so now I hope you already understand what does it mean, greenhouse effect. So we go back to our slide. Oh no, I need to press my laptop first. Okay, what? Yeah, a little bit noisy, but now it's not anymore, yeah. So, unmute sharing, did I share? Oh yes, already. So next. Why I cannot press? Oh, this one. First is greenhouse effect, and then the second, like what Julian said, is this deforestations, penebangan hutan ya. Why deforestations can lead to global warming? Does anyone know why deforestation lead global warming? Maybe Julian, you know the reason?
Because deforestation, so in Earth we have so much CO2 and
Yeah.
have least O2.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, because trees absorb CO2, yeah. When you cut the trees, so and also because the tree produce oxygen and absorb CO2, so it means more CO2 in the atmosphere.
So the conclusion, if in Earth we don't have a trees or the forest, maybe we not maybe exactly we will dead.
Yeah, that's right. So the earth will suffer a lot. And then this is because of what? What is this? Industrialization, yeah. Why? Why industrialization cause global warming? Anyone? Don't be shy.
Good evening. Good morning, Miss.
Good morning.
Because the industrialization almost produce CO2.
Exactly. That's right.
Mm.
Well, I don't know the name. What is your name?
Carbon.
Sir
Rudy.
Rudy. Okay, that's correct. Yeah. So industrializations produce CO2 and also another waste, uh, and as well maybe monoxide, carbon monoxide
Yes,
as
carbon
well. Yeah.
dioxide and
Yeah,
dioxide.
that's right.
Dioxide.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
I think, Miss, not
Yeah.
only industrialization,
Uh-huh.
like the glass house
Glass
can.
house. Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah. That's
And not farmhouse, yeah, I think,
yeah, farmhouse, correct.
because they produce the methane carbon.
Yeah, methane, correct. Exactly. That's correct, Rudy.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you, Miss.
Thank you. And from Jenny, because of pollution from the industrial. Yes, correct. So industrial produce waste. Waste itu kayak limbah juga ya, and also some toxic foam. From Julian, because of the smoke. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's very toxic. And then here, do you know what is this? Anyone know what is this? Indonesia rich of this natural resources. So what is this?
Uh, coal,
Yes,
resources.
coal mining. Exactly, Rudy. That's correct. So mining, yeah, mining create pollutions. Why mining create pollution? You know, because they use a lot of energy to dig and to process all the natural resources. And look at that, the tractor or the excavator, they need fossil fuel for, oil. Oil is a fossil fuel, yeah, to process those kind of stuff. Okay, so here that's what you Rudy said. Um, the farming and also the how do you call it, the glasses, so we call it this one greenhouse, yeah. So that's all lead the global warming. Why cows like that lead global cause global warming? I think Rudy already explained, yeah, because cows produce methane. Good morning, David. So glad to see you here. And yeah, this one, the greenhouse trap the sun's warmth in the planet. So, and then it make slower goes back to the atmosphere. And then due to the greater transparency in the atmosphere to visible radiations from the sun than to infrared radiation emitted to the planet surface. Yeah. Okay. Why cows create methane? Actually, human also. It's from the feces. So that's feces create methane. Gitu ya. So this is the agriculture. Why? From Julian, excessive use of the earth without restoring it. Right, yeah. So when we cut the trees, excessive use, yeah, when we use the trees too much and without replanting it, then it creates global warming. That's correct, Julian. And here the other important gases that cause the greenhouse effect are methane and laughing gas, yeah, and 2O. These two gases get mostly produced by agriculture due to the fertilization. You know fertilization? Pupuk of the ground. So fertilization is pupuk, yeah. And then the gases can be found in the digestions of many livestock animals such as cow, pigs, and chicken. You know digestion, right? Pencernaan. Livestock, I think you know livestock, animal itu kayak sapi, pig and chicken. That's we call it livestock animal. And then here, does anyone see an inconvenient truth? This is a documentary movie. So let's check for a bit, yeah. Cannot press it from here. Wait, sharing. Wait. Can you see? Wait. Hang on. You sharing.
If you look at the 10 hottest years ever measured, they've all occurred in the last 14 years.
And the hottest of all was 2005.
The scientific consensus
Is that we are causing global warming.
I am Al Gore. I used to be the next president of the United States of America.
This is Patagonia 75 years ago and the same glacier today. This is Mount Kilimanjaro 30 years ago and last year. Within the decade, there will be no more snows of Kilimanjaro.
This is really not a political issue so much as a moral issue. Temperature increases are taking place all over the world,
And that's causing stronger storms.
This is the biggest crisis in the history of this country.
Early this morning, Hurricane Katrina slammed into New Orleans.
Is it possible that we should prepare against other threats besides terrorists?
From Paramount Classics comes a film that has shocked audiences everywhere they've seen it.
The Arctic is experiencing faster melting. If this were to go, sea level worldwide would go up 20 feet.
This is what would happen in Florida, around Shanghai, home to 40 million people. The area around Calcutta, 60 million. Here's Manhattan. The World Trade Center Memorial would be underwater. Think of the impact of a couple 100,000 refugees, and then imagine 100 million. We have to act together to solve this global crisis.
Our ability to live is what is at stake.
Yeah, that was in 2006. It's already like long time ago. And so that's all the disaster because of the global warming. So we go back to the presentation. So let's talk. What is climate change according to you? Is it the same as global warming? Anyone? I think climate change is about changing the rain pattern and then changing the land life cycle, and then changing also the temperature of the earth. From Erna, climate change is one of the cause from global warming. Yeah, that's right, Erna. And from Eva, maybe CO2 level and global temperature. Right. Okay, from Eva Purba. Yeah, I feel last year, yeah, we got very long rainy season. I don't know this year because right now we already in the beginning of May, and maybe we still have many rain. Yes, David, good morning. So, and then, so is it the same climate change as global warming? Oh yeah, Eva just now already mentioned it, yeah. So global warming makes the weather become unpredictable and increase the frequency of storm and increase also extreme temperature. And some other place maybe it can be drought. I mean drought itu kekeringan ya. And then the other part of the world maybe can be flooding like that. From Eva. Also the sea level, the expanse of ice and the fossil record and the distributions of the species. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's a very good point. That's right. Okay. So next, what is this? Why should we care of climate change? Of course, climate change will affect our health, yeah? Why? Why can affect our health? Does anyone know? From David, climate also level. I don't understand. What do you mean by that? Here, the climate affect our health. If you know the rise temperature, you feel like very hot, and some people cannot adapt. When you cannot adapt, mostly we can fall. We can be sick, yeah. And also, it causes mental health like stress, anxiety, depression, grief, sense of loss, and strain of social relationship and substance abuse, post-traumatic stress disorder. So this all because of the climate impact. You know, the climate impact can create, look at the symbol, this is the wind, yeah. So maybe like twister or hurricane like that. And here the fire. So like in Indonesia, some years ago, we got burning forests, yeah. And also here, it seemed like tsunami, the picture here, and the increased temperature and heavy rain and whatsoever, yeah. Okay, so next, here, this one, climate change will affect also public health. Oh, wait. Do you still remember in 2003? I still remember because in that year, waterborne, I don't know. Let's take a look at together, yeah. What is waterborne? Wait. Oh, slide sebelumnya. Oke, hang on. Waterborne. Waterborne, it's traveling on, involving travel or transport on water, like that, yeah. So that's, we call it waterborne or contamination water. From Utomo, sorry miss, I left because I wanted to attend church mass online. Okay, be my guest. So that's, we call it waterborne. Okay, so next, what do I want to say just now? I forgot. Hang on. We go back here, yeah. The waterborne. Okay. So here, what happened in 2003? It's European heat wave of 2003 record high temperature across Europe. And in that year, I was in Germany and I got nose bleeding. Actually, I thought it is normal to face the heat over there, but it affects my nose as well. And that resulted in at least 30,000 deaths. It's more than 14,000 in France alone. The heat wave rise concern over the global warming and in particular Europe's readiness for climate change, yeah? Okay. So next, here. Other than that, many of the causes of ill health, such as polluted air, and this can be linked to excessive fossil fuel combustion, and too much consumption. What does it mean, combustion? Combustion itu pembakaran, ya. When you see here, there are a lot of excessive fossil fuel combustion. Okay. So next, hang on. And then here, what should we care about? We care of climate change. You know, like some of you say that rising sea level and extreme weather leading the loss of home and livelihood. Yeah, that's why we should care of climate change. And I think this, hang on. Wait. And this one, we watch the movie Why We Need to Care. What is this? I also forgot. What is this? Oh, this is in Pekalongan. It happened also in Indonesia. Oh, hang on. I haven't shared the new one. The disappearing city. Oh, okay, Rudy. You have something to do, yeah?
Nah, aku iki nek aku kok nyegregup-gregup niku yo setahun lebih. Ane mau nek kan gitu ketak-ketik karane kan sih mending kena tas-tas kena dingguni niki. Saya mabet mrene-mrene niku setahun lebih. Iya ora aduh kae nganti arti baru tekan baru. Kae wit-witan kuku yo mane kan pingkring nang darat. Ah ya ambene kelem ra Pak. Ambene kelem kan jeluk turupe kaya ana mbak gede sor-sor mrene iki yo aku do tingkring nang kene ra. Ora tau sewengi tegel wengi. Awet jam 12 nganti angis.
Dari titik perkampungan sampai ke laut ini jaraknya jauh, cukup jauh, sekitar 1,5 kilo. Ya, ini itu dulu adalah sawahan lahan pertanian sawah. Ya, ini dulu ini merupakan sumber mata pencarian masyarakat Bandengan sini itu. Ya, sekarang kondisinya sudah menjadi air, jadi rawa. Kalau rumah terdampak ya ratusan ya, banyak yang terendam saat ini. Ya, apalagi ini musim penghujan, ada air meluap. Yang pindah banyak juga di sini yang rumah-rumah ditinggali ya. Ya kalau di RW 6 aja puluhan ya itu ditinggali karena rumah yang sekarang di sini mau dijual pun harganya murah dan banyak yang nggak mau.
Kalau kemarin yang terendam banjir rob itu kira-kira sepertiga dari wilayah Pekalongan sudah sebesar itu. Nah kemarin untuk yang di sebelah barat itu sudah tertanggulangi dengan dibangunnya tanggul oleh BPWS. Tapi kemudian yang di sisi timurnya itu dari Sungai Loji sampai ke timur itu belum tertanggulangi sehingga itu masih menjadi akses masuknya air laut saat pasang. Ini ya sampai limpah ke permukiman, jadi gang-gang itu sudah seperti sungai-sungai kecil sampai seperti itu. Uang yang bisa kami gunakan untuk pembangunan itu hanya sekitar 250 miliar. Jadi nggak besar, harapannya sih bisa segera, tapi mungkin juga kan yang dari anggaran dari pusat ataupun dari provinsi itu juga terpengaruh COVID juga.
Right, so that's what we can see right now, the impact of the global warming, yeah. Okay, next. Mm. And now here. Now here, what is the effect? So you can see here, effect versus effect. So effect is a verb. Affect means to cause, influence, or make a difference, to think, to something, yeah. And here the effect is a noun. So effect is something that happened due to a cause. Jadi, for example ya, affect. Affect is alcohol can adversely affect your health. And then here, deforestation has a negative effect on wild animal. I think from this one, is it clear? The difference of effect and effect, yeah? So now we take a look at the climate change in 2021. So before we watch that one, can you tell me what is the effect of global warming? Does anyone know what is the effect of the global warming? So if not, we watch this one, yeah? Oh, increased temperature. Right, yeah, that's right. Hang on. And from effect to generations. Right, yeah, that's correct. It's for the kids and yeah, for us maybe we only can feel it slightly, but for the next generation maybe they will suffer a lot if we do not do anything. Start from now. Okay, so I share another movie. Hang on. It's not moving. This one. Wait.
There is a severe, but still the threat posed by global warming has not gone away. The Earth's average temperature is about 15 degrees Celsius. In recent years, the temperature has been much higher and lower. There are natural fluctuations in the climate, but scientists say temperatures are now rising faster than at many other times. The planet's average surface temperature.
Yes, that's why, I mean, that's correct, yeah. Julian said increased temperature, and here they discuss also the increased temperature.
Has gone up about 2.12 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 1.18 degrees Celsius since the late 19th century. This change was driven largely due to increased carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere, and other human activities. Most of the warming occurred in the past 40 years, with the 7 most recent years being the warmest. The years 2016 and 2020 are tied for the warmest year on record. Human activities have increased carbon dioxide emissions, which resulted in driving up temperatures. Extreme weather and melting polar ice are among the possible effects. Most man-made emissions of carbon dioxide come from burning fossil fuels. When carbon-absorbing forests are cut down and left to rot, or burned, the stored carbon is released and it contributes to global warming. Fossil fuel burning for energy consumption is the main source of these emissions, with additional contributions from agriculture, deforestation, and manufacturing. The ocean has absorbed much of this increased heat, with the top 100 meters of ocean shows the warming of more than 0.33 degrees Celsius since 1969. Earth stores 90% of the extra energy in the ocean. Temperature rise is amplified in the Arctic, where it has contributed to melting permafrost, glacial retreat and sea ice loss. Warmer temperatures are increasing rates of evaporation, causing more intense storms and weather extremes. Solar energy radiating back to space from the Earth's surface is absorbed by greenhouse gases and re-emitted. The Earth would be about 30 degrees Celsius colder and hostile to life. Across the globe, the average sea level increased by 3.6 millimeters per year between 2005 and 2015. Most of this change was because water increases in volume as it heats up. However, melting ice is now thought to be the main reason for rising sea levels. Most glaciers in temperate regions of the world are retreating. The satellite records show a dramatic decline in Arctic sea ice since 1979. The Greenland ice sheet has experienced a greater record of ice melting in recent years. Satellite data also shows the West Antarctic ice sheet is losing mass. A recent study indicated East Antarctica may also have started to lose mass. The effects of a changing climate can also be seen in vegetation and land animals. These include earlier flowering and fruiting times for plants and changes in the territories of animals. The WMO says that if the current warming trend continues, temperatures could rise 3 to 5 degrees Celsius by the end of this century. Greenland and Antarctic ice sheets have decreased in mass. Data from NASA's Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment show Greenland lost an average of 279 billion tons of ice per year between 1993 and 2019, while Antarctica lost about 148 billion tons of ice per year. A new study by NASA and university researchers has found that the ocean waters melting the undersides of Antarctic ice shelves are responsible for most of the continent's ice shelf loss. There is a severe impact on ecosystems, which include the relocation or extinction of many species as their environment changes, most immediately in coral reefs, mountains, and the Arctic. Climate change threatens people with food insecurity, water scarcity, flooding, infectious diseases, extreme heat, economic losses, and displacement. These impacts have led the World Health Organization to call climate change the greatest threat to global health in the 21st century. Even if efforts to minimize future warming are successful, some effects will continue for centuries, including rising sea levels, rising ocean temperatures, and ocean acidification. Recent warming has driven many terrestrial and freshwater species move towards the poles and higher altitudes. Climate change has contributed to the expansion of drier climate zones, such as the expansion of deserts in the subtropics. The size and speed of global warming is making abrupt changes in ecosystems more likely. Overall, it is expected that climate change will result in the extinction of many species. Heat waves in the ocean occur more frequently due to climate change, with harmful effects found on a wide range of organisms such as corals, kelp, and seabirds. Ocean acidification is impacting organisms who produce shells and skeletons. Coral reefs have seen extensive bleaching after heat waves. Global climate is projected to continue to change over this century and beyond. The intensity, frequency, and duration of the strongest hurricanes have all increased since the early 1980s. In the next several decades, storm surges and high tides could combine with sea level rise and land subsidence to further increase flooding in many regions. Ocean waters will therefore continue to warm and sea level will continue to rise for many centuries. The Arctic Ocean is expected to become essentially ice-free in summer, before mid-century. China is responsible for around 28% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Countries have only a limited time, they have already signing up to deep carbon cuts and there has already been progress. China aimed to go carbon neutral by 2060. The European Union followed suit in March 2020. Since then, Japan and South Korea have joined the cause. What the UN estimates is now a total of over 110 countries that have set net zero target for mid-century. Citizens and governments can choose among several options. They can change their pattern of energy production and usage in order to limit emissions of greenhouse gases. Renewables are now the cheapest energy ever. Renewables are already often cheaper than fossil fuel power in much of the world when it comes to building new power stations. While our understanding of how climate change affects weather is still developing, evidence suggests that extreme weather may be affected even more than anticipated. Extreme weather is on the rise, and the indications are that it will continue to increase, in both predictable and unpredictable ways.
So that's really actually really scary if you see the effect, what we already feel it right now. And if we do not do something, I think the effect will be far greater than now. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, wow, this one, what should we do? I think, yeah, from Julian, exactly. In the future, because of a problem, human will make us solutions. It's like make an atmosphere by human technology. Yeah, because that's not, I mean, not natural atmosphere, yeah, like CO2 atmosphere. So this is what we can do. Reuse plastic. I think our government right now, they have already have a policy. We should not have like a shopping bag, yeah. I mean, as plastic for when we buy some grocery. So we need to bring our bag from home. That's a very good policy, yeah. And what else other than this recycle bottle? Does anyone plant trees here? I believe your house has many trees, yeah. Okay. So I really like to plant trees, but sometimes my brother at my home, he doesn't like trees, and he needs space to do something. So he cut my trees. Okay. And then here, yeah, eat more vegetable than meat. Why? Why should you eat more vegetable than meat? Does anyone know the reasons? You can talk instead rather than typing. Maybe you need times to type. From Julian, exactly. In the future, because of the problem, human will make a solutions. It's like make an atmosphere. Oh, I have already read it this one. Okay, so anyone know the answer why eating more vegetable than meat can minimize the impact of global warming? No one? Okay. You know, just now when we see the previous slide here, with oh, it will kill the animal. Yes, that's correct. Right. This one, yeah, where, hang on, this. Because animal create methane, and methane is not good for our atmosphere. So if we less to eat animal, I think the farmer will not, how do you say, produce some more cow. That's why vegetarian is maybe is the solutions, but I think I still need to eat some meat as the protein. So yeah, just let more vegetable than meat, yeah. Okay, so next. Yeah, does anyone of you here use a hybrid car? That's also one of the solutions. to minimize the global warming, yeah. And use less AC. Why we are using less AC can contribute less global warming? You know, because AC create CFC as chlorofluorocarbon. So it's destroying the ozone layer in the atmosphere. Do you know ozone layer actually protect us from the radiation from the sun? Like in Australia, they have a very big ozone layer hole. Jadi ozone layernya udah bolong banyak di Australia. That's why many people got a skin cancer. So that's why we need to use less AC or buying AC that are environmental friendly. Yeah. And then consider to use public transportation. But I think not right now, because right now people avoid to use public transportations in order to, I think, you know, we are in a pandemic situation, so we need to wear mask and stay distance. In public transport, we cannot avoid to stay distance, yeah, with each other. Okay, so next, bike and walk more. Why? Bike and walk more can also contribute to minimize the global warming. Anyone know the answer? Is this topic too hard? Oh, okay. So, you know, bike, they don't use energy such as fossil fuel. So we minimize to use the fossil fuel energy. That's why we use our energy to bike, and we did not emit the carbon dioxide. And also walking and biking is very healthy for our body, yeah. So I think we need to bike more and walk more. Okay, so I think we discussed for the next topic for next week, yeah, because I feel maybe this topic is too hard for you, or I need your suggestions. Which topic is more interesting, like so we can talk together. Anyone have the idea? You can raise hand though. Oh, because these days is a Ramadan days. So does anyone want to share what do you usually do during the Lebaran, and why what do the people do during the Lebaran, and then does everyone have to do it? What should we know about what the Lebaran's day? Does anyone want to present this one so we can know your culture? Anyone? Don't be shy. You need to practice though. Okay. So then any suggestion what topic for next week? No suggestions, so maybe what topic, yeah? Oh, sorry, Miss. I see today class is about rahasia membuat SNSK ketagihan belajar. What is SNS? Oh, Okay. It's about rahasia membuat anak ketagihan belajar. Oh, okay. What is it ya? I don't have the secret. That's okay. So May, do you want to help me to present that one, or because I don't know how to make kids ketagihan, we call it addicting to study, because some of my students, they also lazy. Maybe Julian know. Maybe Julian is a very diligent kid. I feel like he's really like to study a lot. Julian, do you want to share how to be confident and like you are the one that have initiative? Miss, I want to present my idea about the future school, something like that. Oh, saya lihat grup Mr. Tony tulisnya seperti itu. Oh, I see. That's not from me actually. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah. So, what is the secret? How to make the kids addicting to study? For me, as a person, actually, I don't want to get addicted to anything. I don't want to get addicted to game, to coffee, or to cigarette, or to drugs. Oh, sore ini ya. Wow, that's interesting topic. Oh, yeah. So you need to attend, yeah, at 3 until 4 o'clock in this afternoon. So that's really interesting topic. Okay, so that's already solved. Okay, so I don't need to make any presentation about that. Okay, so for next week, I think I will decide the topic by myself. So today, I think it's enough. So we meet again next week then. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Everyone. See you, Miss.
See you. Okay.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank
See you
you.
next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
You too.